Motel 6 off Embarcadero. Puppet master, use a puppet stand. Pablo, plate your pepper.
Here we go.
So Philadelphia will get the first possession. And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Dumars is out there with Thomas. And it's Hill. Then there's Wallace. And it's Lanier in at the 5 down low. Now Dumars after the missed 3 from Allen Iverson. And it's Hill with the jam.
Well, that's a great pass. He has the timing and rhythm of a metronome.
Pass to Shea. Thomas against Iverson. There's the 3. And the rebound goes to the Pistons. Outside Hill. Good, and it's Dumars picking up the assist. Hill's got his second bucket of the night.
And just an excellent setup. Joe Dumars just plays with such poise and intelligence, the quintessential combo guard.
Now here's Iverson over Thomas, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Wallace outside. Outside Hill. No good with the layup. Pass to Irving. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Nice defense from Wallace. Thomas against Iverson. Thomas passes to Dumars. Back to Thomas for the 3. Buries it from three-point range.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Here's Shea. Back to Iverson. It's hauled in by Lanier. And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for the Pistons. The kick out to Dumars. And another 3 for Detroit.
Just a tremendous all-around player. Dumars at times showing us the deep range.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here.
All right, everybody. Now coming on the court. It's Sixers ENT. Let me hear you.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Pass to Shea. Goes up on the block. That misses off the backboard. And here are the Pistons. They're on a 10-2 run here. Hill finds Wallace. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist.
Boy, that was quick. Already out to a double-digit lead.
Yeah, incredible play on both ends of the floor. There may be too big of a gap here.
Here's Greer. Malone, a screen on Wallace. To the middle, intercepted. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Dumars, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Team foul. At the line for the Pistons, Joe Dumars taking 2 shots.
He throw good, Dumars. So he gets them both.
Well, you see why teams try to avoid fouling him. You're basically giving away points.
Pass to Irving. Here's Shades. Malone, a screen on Wallace. 5 to shoot. Shades the pass to Iverson. Over Thomas. Iverson, no luck.
Well, you can't play better defense than that. Patrolling that mid-range area.
Wallace misses. The 76ers trail by 12. Pass to Greer. Now here's Iverson. Offensive rebound. Malone. And it's sent back by Wallace.
And this is why Wallace is an elite-level defender. Has a great sense of timing for when to rise up and contest shots.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
That'll be a jump ball.
And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
Malone, the pass to Iverson. And that foul is called on Grant Hill. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Pass to Greer. Malone, a screen on Dumars. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Greer, covered by Dumars. The 76ers again can't hit it. And it's Detroit's ball. A 14-2 run over the last bit. Hill kicks to Thomas. They set the pick. From the high post. Count it. Good. Thomas got 5 now.
Building up a big early lead. They have taken charge of this game.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it.
Timeout called, the 76ers. Check in for the 76ers. And Detroit with a change here, too. Chauncey Billups has checked in for Dumars. Now Malone hasn't made one yet. Pass to Cunningham. And here is Iverson. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selections. You have to be set up for success.
Now here is Hill. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Wallace with a screen for Thomas. Shoots the 3. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Iverson outside. Here's Shades. Irving looking over the floor. Malone sets the pick for Irving. Down low. That's good from Malone on the assist by Irving.
Malone is relentless inside. So strong with non-stop effort.
Outside Billups. Outside Hill. And he jams it with authority.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
Yeah, now it's all about maintaining this lead, but you can't start playing it safe. You got to keep attacking and executing.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Cunningham outside. The 76ers need to get off a shot, and he makes that one. Malone's got his second bucket.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Outside Hill. Back to Thomas. Misses the three. The 76ers trail by 12. Malone, a screen on Billups. Irving finds Malone. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Malone's got 6 points.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Pistons passing it around. Thomas sets a screen for Hill. And Hill throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Cunningham outside. Pass to Shea. Malone in the high post. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
Lanier, the pass to Hill. There's a screen.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Over Cunningham. And Detroit again with the bucket.
And because of his ability to attack the rim, Hill can use that mid-range jumper as a great second option. Keeps defenders honest when he's knocking that down.
Now, here is Irving. Still scoreless. Here's Malone. And it's Malone again missing. Here's Billups. Outside Hill. Plays it up and banks it in. He's got 12.
And making it look easy right now. When Hill finds his rhythm, well, he keeps in attack mode.
Iverson outside. Another miss by Philadelphia.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
And the slam dunk by Wallace.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
Yeah, and until the defense makes an adjustment, there's no reason to go away from what they're doing.
Here's Shea. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The 76ers shooting their first free throws here for the night.
At the line for 2. Golf. Shea.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Chamberlain's checked in for Philadelphia. Maxey comes in for Allen Iverson. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Pistons leading by 17. Here's Bing. Here's Lanier. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
And I can tell you from experience, these are the types of things that drive coaches crazy.
Now, here's Maxey. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The 76ers shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Philadelphia, Will Chamberlain. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. The 76ers making a switch here. And he's good on the second. 15 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Bing. Over Irvin. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Pistons lead by 18. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a comfortable margin for the Pistons here, guys.
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, and that's helped them get the lead. But we'll have to see if they can sustain this offensive output.
We've got Joel Embiid. Chamberlain is out there with Cunningham. Then there's Maxey. And it's Irving in its shooting guard. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Here's Bing. Still without a basket. No good. Some solid defense there from Irving. Cunningham kicks to Maxey. Embiid the screen. Maxey passes to Cunningham. Back to Chamberlain. Shot on the wing. Cunningham's shot is off. Pistons leading by 19 points. Left side, Billups. Pass to Bing. Here is DeBusschere. Here's Bing. Beats the shot clock, but can't get it to fall. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the 76ers. Now, here is Chamberlain. Pass to Maxey. An easy 2 points on the layup. Maxey's got his first basket of the night.
And with how explosive Maxey is, he's not your average guard in the paint.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. The Pistons making a change here. Dumars is checked in. Here's Dumars. 5 points in the game. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. from outside the arc. Outside, Rodman. Here's Bing. He's covered by Maxey. And that one's good. Bing.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Outside Dumars. Pass to Bing. To the paint. Here's Lanier. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And here's Chamberlain. Here's Embiid. Rebounded by the Pistons. Lanier's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And the jam by Dennis Rodman.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Now, here's Maxey. Inside. Here's Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Chamberlain. Embiid's got 4 points in the quarter.
It's just so tough to knock Embiid off the block. That's his territory.
Outside Dumars. Over Greer. Dumars misses. The 76ers trail by 21. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Right side Maxey. And the shot goes in. Here's Bing. Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Well, that's the job, right? Your duty as a coach is to finesse your lineups so your guys get the best chance to succeed.
And the 76ers with some changes. Malone comes in for Joel Embiid, and Allen Iverson is subbed in for Maxey. And Detroit has possession. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Outside Hill. To the inside. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
Great pass to hit him in stride. Love to see teammates in sync with each other.
Iverson with the ball. Malone with the screen. Iverson passes to Malone. And Malone with the stuff.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
Now, here's Thomas. 19-point game. And stolen by Irving. Over to the wing. Here's Greer. Scoreless thus far.
Screen coming.
To the paint. Stolen away. Outside Hill. Over Irving. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Hill's got 14 points for the game. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for Detroit.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And also, given the game is more fast-paced nowadays, I like the way they've capitalized in transition, keeping their foot on the gas.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, the NBA has style. Commissioner Adam Silver said this is a unique league. It's also a lifestyle brand. There's a strong association with music, fashion, culture, and also art. And the way to grow the sport is to appeal beyond those who are hardcore basketball fans. That's where our success has come. Back to you guys.
Yeah, but we sure love those die-hard fans, don't we? Thank you, Allie. Free throw drops for Hill.
And the word you got to use is explosive out there when talking about Grant Hill. He's one of those guys who doesn't wait for the game to come to him. He goes out and just makes things happen.
Now here's Malone. 8 points for him.
And the way they have controlled the glass this game, really impressive.
Yeah, they're winning the possession battle, and that's often what decides games in the NBA.
Here's Hill. 17 points in the game. Cunningham with some nice D.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now here's Iverson. Here's Malone. Lambeer grabs the board. Detroit leading by 22. Thomas feeling it out a bit. Pass to Howell. Over Iverson. Howell can't hit.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Here's Greer. Nothing on the board. Clock at 6. Malone a screen on Dumars. Malone, good.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Outside Dumars. Back to Thomas. Jones against Hill. It's Cunningham with the rebound. Cunningham's got his 4th rebound in this one. Outside, Jones. Here's Iverson. Count that one. Iverson's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Lambeer with a screen on Iverson. Iverson against Thomas. And that's collected by Malone.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
The drive by Iverson. That one good for 2. Iverson's got 4 this quarter.
You gotta love Iverson's tenacity, especially when he's driving.
It's Dumars on the wing.
Hey, yo, Thomas.
Outside Hill. Pass to Thomas. 16 feet away. Good. Thomas got 7 points.
And watching that defensive effort right there, you wonder how much they want this game.
Yeah, I got to agree. Their defensive commitment's got to be a lot better.
Now, here's Malone.
Yeah, nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Thomas down low. Iverson covering. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Substitution on the court.
Irving for 3. And so is Detroit in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. We've got more in store for you right after this. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And you know, Grant Hill has been really making it happen, guys.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Detroit leading by 16. On the court for the Pistons, Wallace is out there with Hill. Then there's Thomas. Then it's Joe Dumars. And it's Lanier in at the 5 spot.
76ers foul. Julius Erving. Second personal foul. First team foul.
And here is Thomas. Here's Wallace, and the dunk by Wallace.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush, perfect.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the board.
Here's Shays. Now, here's Dumars. From 16 feet away, he cans it. Dumars got 7 points in the game.
Well, he got to his spot in the mid-range, and that's a shot he's going to make more often than not.
Iverson passes to Shays. Irving against Hill. Basket good.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
The 76ers trail by 18. Iverson passes to Greer. Back to Iverson. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And Iverson, the master of the and-one. Just a rugged, undersized guard who plays well through contact.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
At the line for Philadelphia, Allen Iverson. One shot.
Free throw good. Iverson. And so it's Hill with it. He brings it up for Detroit. Driving the lane. Wallace with a screen for Thomas. Just 5 to shoot. And stolen by Iverson. And now Philadelphia on the break. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists in the game.
Yeah, this is when they need to lean on him more. Get him the ball and let him build some momentum.
Now, here is Hill. He's got 17.
And love the pass from Hill right there. A true team player.
The 76ers trail by 15. Outside Irving. Here's Greer. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Yeah, that's what they want to see. He has to start asserting himself. They need him to take command of this game.
Fades back. That shot no good. Good D by Irving. Shays the pass to Greer. Iverson outside. A three-pointer no good. Pistons leading by 13. Dumars dishes to Hill. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Here's Iverson. Misses the step-back jump shot. Thomas kicks to Dumars. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Julius Erving.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And Dumars drops them both. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. And the 76ers call time here. You gotta like what Grant Hill has done in this game.
Yeah, he is on a major roll today. This timeout was desperately needed. They've got to come up with a new game plan designed to shut him down.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Shades. That one doesn't go. Nice defense from Wallace. And there's the drive. And Hill throws it down.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Outside Irving. Iverson outside. Inside, Malone. Gets that one through the hole, making now 7 of 13 in this game.
Well, you want to shoot a high percentage from the floor? That's where you go with the ball.
Outside Hill. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Hill's got 21 in the game.
We're finding the weakness in the defense. That's the court savvy of Thomas at work.
Iverson passes to Malone. And out of bounds. The Pistons will take it.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Detroit leading by 17. Outside Dumars. Pass to Hill. They set the screen. Down low, and he dunks it down. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
Moving the ball for the highest percentage look.
To the middle, here's Malone, and the layup falls. Malone's got 4 points this quarter.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Outside Dumars. Pass to Lanier. To the paint, shoots it up. Hill, no good.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
To the left side wing. Here's Greer. Malone with the screen. Down low, and Malone with the stuff.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that. Pass to Lanier. Floats it up for Hill. And it's Hill with the jam.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry.
And forget about finesse. This big fella's all about the power.
To the inside, Dumars. Lanier. It's good on the putback. And the Pistons lead by 17.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Malone a screen on Thomas. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Cunningham, he's checked in for the 76ers. And Detroit with a change here, too. Chauncey Billups checked in for Joe Dumars.
Timeout.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
Well, as a coach, you want to cover just 1 or 2 major points. That way guys can absorb it and go out and execute.
For your Sixers, ENT.
Here's Thomas. He has 7. Pass to Phillips and stolen by Irving. Cunningham on the wing. He's guarded by Hill. Cunningham kicks to Iverson. Irving a screen on Thomas. 5 on the clock. Unloads. Iverson, no luck.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Inside, and the jam by Wallace.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Iverson against Thomas. And Iverson gets it to go. Iverson's got 7 now in this quarter.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
Thomas kicks to Wallace. Pistons passing it around. Here's Hill. The shot from the low post is good. Hill's got 25 points.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
Cunningham outside. Cunningham a screen on Thomas. Thomas against Iverson. Over Thomas. Another miss by Iverson. And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for the Detroit Pistons. Grant Hill on the wing. Covered by Cunningham. To the inside. Lanier. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
One shot.
On the free throw, no good.
And Lanier is one of the most graceful big men to ever play this game. From his post moves to his outside shot to his defending. Everything about Lanier is fluid.
Now, here's Maxey. And it's Chamberlain finishing it off.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. 54 seconds left in the third. Outside, Phillips. It's Cunningham with the rebound. Cunningham's got 5 rebounds tonight. Maxey on the wing. Rebounded by Rodman. Pistons leading by 19. DeBusschere kicks to Phillips. Pass to DeBusschere. Doubled by Maxey. Right wing. Phillips inside the line. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Maxey passes to Embiid. He gets it in there. Embiid's got 6.
Look, you love to see this kind of team chemistry. Let's see more of that.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Here's Iverson. They've got Iverson. Chamberlain is out there with Embiid. Then it's Jones. And it's Greer in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Embiid with the bucket.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Rodman with a screen on Jones. Hill up top, defended by Jones. Hill against Jones. Hill, no good. The 76ers trail by 15. Iverson with the ball. Phillips picks him up defensively. Chamberlain kicks to Jones. It's tipped. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Hill deciding where to go with it. Shot clock at 6. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Here's Jones. That's in, coming off the assist from Embiid.
Don't sleep on Embiid's ability to create for his teammates, and it helps draw defensive attention away from his attack.
Now, here is Hill. Rodman passes to Dumas. And the shot goes in. And the Pistons lead by 15.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Pass to Chamberlain. Now Embiid, defended by Rodman. Phillips against Iverson. There's the triple. Rodman grabs the rebound. Pistons leading by 15. Outside Hill. Pass to DeBush. The three from Phillips. He can't get that one. Iverson with some nice D. Phillips has gone 1 of 4 so far. Jones, the pass to Greer. Now Chamberlain. Here's Embiid. Detroit with the rebound. Rodman's got 4 rebounds in this game. Down low. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hill. And Philadelphia making a change here. Cunningham's checked in. Detroit making a switch here. The 76ers trail by 15. Outside, Jones. Pass to Greer. Just 5 on the clock. Lets it go with the 3. And it's Howell with the rebound. Pistons leading by 15. To the paint. Lays it up off the glass.
Yeah, I'd call this ideal scoring distance. It's almost too easy.
Here's Greer. To the middle. It's stolen by Hill. Pass to Bing. Here's Dumars. Up top, Lambier. Shoots. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Cunningham's got his 6th rebound on the night. Now the 76ers with it. Here in the 4th, they've allowed just 4 points. On the wing, Iverson. Timeout called. 76ers.
Well, it's a players' league, but certainly coaching has its place.
And this is when a coach earns his paycheck. Analyze the situation and give your players the information they need to succeed.
Both teams deciding to change it up. To end the drought. And it's laid in by Maxey. And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for the Pistons. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. And Stackhouse kicks to Wallace. Back to Stackhouse. Clock at 4. Takes the 3. No good on the shot. Good D by Jones. The 76ers trail by 15. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. And here's Maxey outside. Here's Malone. And then Malone with the dunk.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe. Detroit, no good that time either.
Well, the defense just dared him to take that one. Poor execution on their part, but they got lucky.
Outside Thomas, pass to Bing. Now here's Waltz. He's covered by Maxey.
Philadelphia foul.
Allen Iverson's checked in for Jones. Hill, he's checked in for Detroit.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Bing. He's covered by Maxey. Outside Thomas, 4 on the shot clock. Over Iverson. Thomas, that's good. And the Pistons lead by 15. It's been a nice stretch for them offensively.
I mean, the communication's great. The movement's been really good. This is solid team basketball.
And that one's good. Maxey.
And one of the many ways Maxey can hurt you with his shooting, lightning fast on that release.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Julius Erving. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
Well, I've been a little surprised by how many mid-range jump shots they're taking and hitting. But so far, that seems to be the recipe that's working for them.
Another place they've had the upper hand tonight is in transition. They've gotten a bunch of their points off the fast break.
First free throw is good.
And it's been an outstanding game for them at the free throw line, not missing their chances when they get them.
Dumars, he's checked in for Detroit. Both free throws good from Hill. The 76ers trail by 14. Iverson outside. Iverson sneaks his way inside. So it's the Pistons now. Hill with it. Oh, what a finish.
And guys, he's been a problem this defense has not been able to solve tonight. Lanier using that size along with the skill set to fully affect this game.
Timeout called. 76ers. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Hey guys, during that last break, I heard the 76ers coach as he addressed the team. And it was a frustrated huddle. Coaches and players were angry about the turnovers. Players trying to hold each other accountable. They're fed up with sloppy play. Let's see how they respond. Guys?
We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you. Iverson against Thomas. And he banks the layup in.
Well, that's how you draw it up. Great execution.
Pistons leading by 12. Now Thomas. Hill against Irving. Throws it down. What an assist!
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a pass to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. Now here's Thomas. Hill inside. He's covered by Irving. Shot clock at 5. Finishes inside on the nice dish.
And as one of the strongest guys in the league, that's where Wallace wants to operate, down in the paint.
Thomas against Iverson. Thomas pulls it down. Pistons leading by 14. We've got 1:13 left in the fourth quarter.
Well, just doing an excellent job defensively. Using his body to disrupt the shot and then get control of the loose ball.
Iverson, no good. And here's Thomas, who brings it up for Detroit. Here's Lanier. He's covered by Malone. Lots of room, and that one falls.
That one's going to be the final dagger, and these guys can now celebrate.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to let up, and I like that. Keep pouring it on.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Pistons ball. Substitution on the court.
Detroit with the ball. 16-point lead. Stackhouse against Cunningham. 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. 6 to shoot. And the excellent defensive pressure does the job. And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Allie LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. And as we leave, we present our player of the game.